but...
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they're going to go on time or
But
not.
yeah, the question is, will they go on time? I think we were told that they would wait for the actual allotted time schedules. So the women's sabre, Caitlin Maxwell against Sarah Jane Hampson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the women's sabre gold medal match. On your right, Sarah Jane Hampson.
This match will be refereed by Gildas Brain, video referee Julian Rose. Sarah Jane Hampson, just 19 flights for the Sal Ossian Club up in Scotland, and Caitlin Maxwell from Truro, coach John Sarsfield.
Yeah, John Southfield, he's a big name in sabre in the UK.
He's done a lot with that club in Truro. Peace side today is Nick.
Yeah, John's over in Prague with James Honeybone.
So Caitlin Maxwell on the left-hand side, the 16-year-old taking a 2-point early lead. So Karen, how do you see the tactics of this match panning out?
Well, Caitlin's going to want to take her time in the middle and defend using the entire piece and try and score some attacks on preparation in the middle of the piece. Sarah Jane's going to be looking to be much more positive and pushing Katie all the way down the piece, or making her miss and then making Katie miss and then push on her attack. Oh, that's lovely. I spoke to Katie beforehand, Caitlin Maxwell that is, and she said that SJ, Sarah Jane, SJ, she's known, goes for a lot of counter-attacks, so she's looking for second intention, so she's drawing the counter-attack and then looking for a parry or pass, or drawing the counter-attack and finishing her attack, or drawing the counter-attack and making her run away. And Caitlin Maxwell will use that variety, and if she uses the full length of the piece, it's going to give her the opportunity to vary what she's doing. Oh, nice stop cut there. A sky hook.
So Maxwell's attack and SJ just able to nick in and get out of the way.
Yeah, and again, talking to Sarah Jane beforehand, she's looking to finish her attacks after going on these long attacks there. So there's a landed one there. So variety now being shown by Sarah Jane Hampson. But she also said that she's looking to finish in the low line. But on the defence, she's looking to make Maxwell fall short.
No separation on that one. Only one light on the box.
That makes it easy for both of us.
Yeah. And I think the slightly more experienced Sarah Jane Hampson is clawing her way back into this match. Just 19 years old, but she's up against a 16-year-old.
But Katie, if you like, has taken us to the break, and Sabre, they go to the break when the first fencer gets to 8 hits. But Caitlin Maxwell, despite her younger years, has bags and bags of talent, and she's also been fencing at a senior level internationally now for over a year. She's a bright young thing. You were asking me about where the future of fencing is going. Well, in Sabre and women's Sabre, you don't need to look a lot further than Caitlin Maxwell. She is the real deal.
So will she be actually picked up soon on the plan for Tokyo
2020? I think
yeah.
she's going to have it in her eyes. I think that the nature of the beast of the way that sport is funded in the UK now is that you're forced to, as a young athlete, especially if you're talented, to follow a path that is marked out very, very clearly. And if you can't if you have to deviate a little bit from the path, it then doesn't fit in with the national programme, and that's really where Katie finds herself. Extremely talented, but she's also academically brilliant. She's a family girl. She's from the southwest of England. She doesn't necessarily fit into British fencing's training programme, which all happens in London. But nonetheless, as you alluded to earlier on, John Southfield runs a world-class centre down in Truro for Sabre, and so she's in good hands.
Well, when you're 16, there's so much else going on in your life, isn't there? You've got to make decisions about pretty much everything. Where do you do your A-levels? Where do you then go to college? Is university going to play a part? Do you then decide that you're going to become a professional sportsman?
For sure, and Katie's got all of these things in front of her. She's extremely talented in multiple disciplines, and fencing is just one of them. And she's extremely dedicated, don't get me wrong. She wants to be a world champion, she wants to be an Olympic champion in fencing, but fencing is not going to earn you big bucks, and I think maybe she's got the idea of medicine or being a lawyer in her head as well, and she's talented enough to do both. Oh, beautiful parariposte, and it's this variety and use of the piece that we're seeing from Caitlin Maxwell that's just storming her again to a bit of a one-sided gold medal match.
Yes. You can always go back and become a lawyer. You can always go back and go to university. You only have one chance at sport in your entire life. And if she was to listen to anyone, then she should listen to her sporting, the call to do sport, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I would agree with you. We don't want to lose her to university, if you like, but what if she's good enough to do both?
Well, this match really racing on. 12-8 the score. Now the pressure starts to build. Getting across the line. The last 3 points, so much harder to score.
Yeah, but Maxwell making that one look easy, and she's just not allowing Sarah Jane Hampson to get anywhere near this fight. Even on the attack, she's thrown in a little counter. She taps herself and says, look, come on, need to do better than that. So even at 13-9 up, she's having a go at herself.
It's 13-10 now, and it's getting close enough to be interesting. This next point will be crucial.
Preparation for Sarah Jane Hampson, just the slightest hesitation.
She's just shouting at her coach. SJ just asking what can she do.
And the coach is saying, you've just got to attack. You can't let Maxwell come to you.
It's Phil Carson in the corner. Really pumped. And that is that. Caitlin Maxwell at 16 is the British Women's Sabre champion.
Well, despite it being 15-11, Graham, I'm afraid Maxwell made that a pretty one-sided affair again. She's a real talent, and the seniors around her are scared of her, and I'm not surprised with that kind of performance.
Well, I mean, I think it's time to go out and